Good morning, my dear students. Today we will take the chapter Statistics. In class 9th also we have studied this chapter and we learned that how to arrange the data according to the frequency distribution. So we learned how to make that frequency distribution table. Then we studied how to represent the data on a graph, that is histogram. We learned that frequency polygon, and then we went one step further in learning that how to find the central tendency of a data, that is mean, median, mode. Fine. In class 10th also you will study that only, mean, median, mode. There in class 9 we did that for ungrouped data. Here we will do that for the group data. First of all, we know that mean for an ungrouped data. I hope you understand what do you mean by ungrouped data. When the data is not in the class form. So if I am having the observations as x1, x2, x3 up to xn. So if you remember, we used to write it like x1, x2, x3, x4 up to xn. And their frequencies be f1, f2. So fi, with fi we used to represent frequency. So f1, f2, f3, fn. So how do we used to find the mean for the group, this ungrouped data? Used to find it by xi fi. First we used to multiply. So x1 f1, x2 f2, and so on, xn fn. What is the formula for mean? Mean is denoted by x bar. So the formula is summation of xi fi, or we should write fi xi upon summation of fi, and this I varies from 1 to n. Understood? Summation means you are just, whatever the terms you have written here, you are just adding them. x1 f1, x2 f2. I can expand this summation like x3 f3, xn fn, whole upon f1 plus f2 plus f3. So this is nothing but the summation of all the frequency, the total of the frequency, and this is the total of these terms. Fine. So this was the mean for ungrouped data. Next we will learn mean of group data. This is the first method we are going to learn, that is direct method. Actually this also we have done in class 9th, when the data is in the form of classes. First of all, you should check whether the class intervals given are continuous and whether that interval, that class width is same throughout. So in this question it is same, so no problem at all. Now in these kind of data, first in this method what we have to do, we have to find the class mark. I hope you remember that term, class mark. Class mark is equal to, it is actually the midpoint of the class. So this 0 here is the lower limit of the particular class and this is the upper limit. So the midpoint of this class is equals to lower limit plus upper limit by 2. So how will I find xi for this class? 0 plus 2 upon 2, that is 1. 2 plus 4 upon 2, that is 3. And since this class width is same, so I can easily find the next class marks also, that it will be 5, then 7, 9, 11 and 13. Fine. Now what should we do? This is my fi. Now fi xi will just multiply 6, 1 5 is a 5, 5 7 is a 35, 6 9 is a 54, 2 11 is a 22, 3 13 is a 39, and I have to add. Since what is our formula? X bar is equals to summation of fi xi upon summation of fi. So you will just add here. After adding we will get summation of fi xi, this, the sum as 162, and summation of fi, that is the sum of these numbers, as 20. Fine. Now we just have to put the value here. So we will get mean is equals to 162 upon 20. You can just cancel this. 2 tens are, 2 8s are, 2 1s are. So x bar is equals to 8.1. Answer. Very important point to note here is that you will use this method when the given values, the value of xi and fi are the smaller ones, the smaller numbers you are getting here. But when we will get the large numbers, there this calculation is going to be little tough. So to make that calculation easier, we will learn some new methods. The next method we have is assume mean method. In this method, what we have to do? First of all, in this also you'll have to find the class mark xi. So you can find the class mark here 17.5. Then so I found the class marks here. Now in this method you have to assume the mean. Assuming a mean means you will take a middle value of the given data. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these two values are the middle values of the given data. So I can assume any one of the value as my A. That is the assumed mean. So I am taking 47.5. You can take 62.5. No problem. So now next is after assuming the assumed mean, after taking the value of A, you have to find the deviation. That is denoted by DI. This is deviation. So what is that? You have to, this is the difference of the xi and the assumed mean. So here the assumed mean is 47.5. So we'll find the difference of these two values. That is, for this particular data, 17.5 minus 47.5. For this, 32.5 minus 47.5. For this value, this will give you 0. Then this 62.5 minus 47.5. This is minus. 77.5 minus 47.5. 92.5 minus 47.5. Fine. Found the differences. Now next is FIDI. We have to find the product of the frequencies and the deviations. So 2 into minus 30 minus 60. This will give you minus 45. This will give you 0. 6 into 15, 90. This will give you 6 into 30 will give you 180, and 6 5 is 30, 6 4 is 24, 270. Now what is the formula? The formula for this by this method is assume mean plus summation of FIDI upon summation of FI. Fine. So we'll just add these values. From here we will get summation of FIDI, and from here we will get summation of FI. So the sum we are getting here is 435, and for summation of FI we are getting 30. So we'll just substitute the value now. So x bar is equals to A, that is 47.5 plus 435 upon 30. So 47.5 plus 14.5. So this will give you 0, 7, 4, 11, 12, 62. So the mean of the value is 62. This method is step deviation method. This is also a method just to make your calculations easier. In assuming method, we did till here. In this method also we have to do every calculation, like first we'll have to find xi from the class interval, that is the class mark from the class interval. Then we have to find the deviation by first taking the assumed mean. We have taken 47.5 as the assumed mean, the mid value of the given data. Then we have found the deviations. Now just to make the calculations more easier, you will see that here every data is the multiple of 15. 15 is the class interval. So we have seen by this pattern we have got that we can find a new value, that is xi minus a upon h. What is h here? H is the class width. So I can find a new value which are the smaller values, and then I can do the further calculations. So if I am dividing this by h, so what I am getting here, minus 30 upon 15 will give you minus 2. This will give you minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Now it's very easy. I'll just have to find FIUI. To find FIUI, it has become more easier now. This will give you minus 3, 0, 6, 12 and 18. See how simpler the calculations have become now. So now, according to the formula, what is the formula here? X bar is equals to assumed mean plus class interval we are multiplying in the end. So H summation of Fi Ui upon summation of Fi. So summation of Fi, you can see you are getting minus 1. So 11 plus 18, 29, and summation of Fi we are getting as 30. So we'll just put this values now. Assumed mean is 47.5. Fine. Plus H is 15. Summation of Fi Ui 29 and summation of Fi is 30. So you can just calculate. So this will give you 14.5. 0, sample 11, 12, 62. So again we can see that the mean, the answer what we are getting is not different. We are getting the same answer, but by this method the calculations have become easier. So after learning all the three methods, we now know that the value, the answer is not going to change whether I am applying a direct method or the step deviation or the assumed mean. It is just to make the calculations easier. So we have learned that the choice of method to be used depends on the value of xi and fi. If xi and fi are sufficiently small, then the direct method is an appropriate method. But if xi and fi are numerically large numbers, then we can go for assumed mean method or step deviation method. Now you can do the exercise yourself. Only in question number 3, it is little different where you have to find the value of f. I hope you will be able to do because we have done in class 9th also. In question number 5 also, it is little, it is different from all the questions because here you will have to make the classes continuous. I hope you know how to make the class continuous. If not, please let me know. I'll solve it for you. And in question number 8, again, it is little different. So try to do the questions from exercise. Wherever you will face the problem, let me know.